Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you for checking out another episode of the show. Today's features my new friends, Goldberry. They join me to talk about their brand new debut album, Liminal Space, due out this week. So we're going to get into some stories behind the album, recording it, and we even play 3 live acoustic songs for you. Rock Paper Podcast is brought to you by Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler, located here in St. Louis, Missouri, in Maplewood off of Manchester. So shop local, support local, and go over there and check them out. You can shop 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com. You can use my code RPP15 for an exclusive 15% off your purchase. You know, it's getting the fall now, and Roughneck Beard Batter is back in stock on the store. You can check that out. It's a perfect daily conditioner or after wash solution. Rub a dime-sized glob through your mane in the morning or after a shower and let the shea butter and hemp seed oil go to work, replacing that lost moisture. So if your beard has been itchy or dry, you need to check out Roughneck Beard Batter today. They've got all sorts of wonderful products over there, a full line of beard oils, beard balms, even got junk powder for your junk. So check all that out at roughneckbeardcompany.com. Also, big thank you to Heil Sound for their continued support and helping make this show sound great. Visit heilsound.com today and pick up a brand new microphone. That's it for me, everybody. If you need me, you can find me at rockpaperpodcast.com. You can hit me up on the email at rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com. And I would love to hear from you. So let me know what you've been listening to. If you have any guest requests or anything else coming up, or just want to say hi. You can also find me on the socials. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode with Goldberry.
Podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Hi, we're Goldberry, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot, could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Goldberry. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Thank you.
Hi, thanks.
Hello.
I guess let's start with everybody introducing themselves for those listening.
I'm Sarah. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Erin. I sing.
And I'm Amy. I'm the electric guitarist, and sometimes I sing.
Yeah, we did some live jamming here. We're hanging out here like a little in the jam room, I guess, and having had some fun doing some live acoustic. And it was just really cool to hear harmonies and stuff. And all 3 of you doing vocals together and stuff. And because it's rare, you don't get a ton of that. You don't get a lot of bands with 3 singers in it and stuff. And so that was a nice treat for sure. So I guess we'll start with Chris Turnbaugh. He kind of helped connect the dots for this one.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Good buddy, good friend of the show. Who the only friend of the show that hasn't done the show, which
We still have to make that happen.
I don't want to put him on blast right here. But
come on the show, Chris.
Yeah. But I ran into him and he was telling me that he was recording a record with you, and he knew I like to discover new music all the time and talk about it and stuff. So
Awesome.
I'm glad he helped introduce us and make this all possible. But I guess take me back though before you got to working with Chris and everything else. Before we get this record to going and everything,
how does Goldberry even become an idea? Where does this project get started?
I mean, how far back you want to go?
Well, Sarah and I met in high school, actually.
All right.
And we started doing music.
You came to me one day and you were like, I wrote a song,
Yeah.
but I don't really know if it's going to turn into a song, but I don't know. I'm trying to write a song. And then I was like, that's awesome. I've never even tried that.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
And then we kind of dabbled around with it, and we played our first show. This was 2000 and my brain 11, I guess.
It was a long time ago, so it's okay.
But we didn't really have a name or anything, and then we did the college thing, and that took up a lot of our time. And then we really started playing shows after that.
2015, and Amy was at the first one,
Hey.
even though she wasn't a member.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that was you.
Yeah.
We played at Foo Bar at one of those, like, kind of embarrassing, like, pay us and you can play at our thing.
Yeah, that was
So
the
we
first
get
one.
there
Yeah.
because we're like, we just want to play at a live venue. That would be cool, like a
Right.
real one. And so yeah, we did that, and all the other bands were like other young people, but they were younger than us, even though we always looked young.
Yeah.
They were all in high school, and we were like, this is gonna be interesting. And actually,
Oh,
do you remember now?
place.
Do you remember now?
Yes, I do.
It was a lot
Okay.
of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually a great experience.
Yeah.
Because it was like a real venue with, so that was fun. And then after that, we were like, we need to record this stuff. We need to go play a bunch more places.
Yeah.
So
Well,
what did
and
we
then
do
we
after
played.
that?
We played for several years after that before we actually recorded anything.
Right.
Which is fine because recording's expensive. So the more shows you can play beforehand,
Sure.
Yeah.
are great. But and then Amy officially joined just this past year, 2019, I guess technically,
Yeah.
or 20.
we can say this
Blends
year.
together.
Yeah. It's because we asked her to do lead guitar on the record, and yeah.
About-
She's actually my sister-in-law, so
Yeah.
that's how I know
Oh,
her.
all right.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yes.
know
And then we just asked her
Yes.
to stay. 'Cause
Please stay.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
yeah.
I think you asked me a year ago, almost exactly.
Wow.
Really?
Sammy Kim.
Yeah,
To
that
record.
makes sense. It was a slow
Oh, to
process.
record.
Yeah.
To record.
Just to record.
Yes, and then
That's cool.
slipped in the. You can just be in the
You
band.
could just join.
and then
That's
They've
cool.
been stuck with me since.
There you go.
Or you've been stuck with us, however you want to see it.
Yes.
So it started with Sarah's songwriting or Aaron's songwriting.
Yeah.
And then well, I guess that when you introduced this I'm working on an original song, like that's the original spark, and like did write a bunch after that. I mean, all these songs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
these songs that we're going to hear, that all kind of came from then,
Yeah.
or did we have all kinds of all new stuff then now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
One of the songs on the EP we wrote, I think, right after high school. So that's
Right.
our oldest one. And then, but a lot of it's been scattered out through the past years. So
It's
yeah.
always been like with the focus on originals though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done like a few covers to sprinkle in at shows and stuff, but mostly
Yeah.
it's hard to do covers if you don't feel like you can do them better than the original. So
Or
like,
add something to your own that's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
And we often are like, it just doesn't sound as fun as the original.
But I
so.
think songwriting is part of the passion for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, we didn't have electric guitar till now, and covers are more fun.
Right.
Yeah. Now that we have Amy. Yeah.
Oh boy. No pressure, Amy.
Yeah. What were you like? Was songwriting on like even before you actually get to do it? Like, was it always something you were passionate about, all of you, or like?
So Erin's a writer.
Yeah.
She's always, since she was a little kid, if I can brag on you,
You're fine.
always been like a creative writing person. Always been reading and writing things. So I don't know if that was the first time you ever wrote a song, but when you came to me
Might
with it,
have been.
I was just like, that's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up, Sarah and I both did, and you a little bit, like in musical households. But my dad is a songwriter, and he had an album back in like the 80s and stuff. And so
nice.
like I just grew up around that. So it just seemed really normal to me.
Right.
Yeah. But that might have been the first one that I really wrote myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely was singing all the time as a little kid, probably making up stuff. But I never thought like
Yeah.
I should sit down and write. Like I never had that thought till she said, "I'm working on this." I'm like, I can add guitar. I'm not very good, but I'll try.
But then you
I
became
really
a
was-
big part of the writing process. From
Right.
then on. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. That's cool to have like that friend too, like just to bounce ideas off of, and
Yeah.
even if you don't know what you're doing quite yet, like it's just not really a band yet and stuff, but we're just writing music together and stuff until. So it's cool. Like, hey, what do you think of this? I'm like, oh, maybe not that, maybe this, whatever. And
it's a lot of fun not doing it by yourself.
Right, yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's always been something I think. I mean, I'm a huge fan of it. Like, obviously, I told you off mic, I do a acoustic songwriter show, and like, I just love the storytelling of music and like just that whole vibe of just like a songwriter on a stool with a guitar or piano, and
I love that too.
Yeah, and just so I some of my favorite stuff, and just so I've often thought about it, like it'd be be a lot of fun to do that, like but my problem is I listen to so much music. When I put pen to paper, it's just all the other lyrics come out. It's hard for me to hard for me to shut that off and write my own thoughts and stuff.
That makes sense.
There's been a lot of songs that we've written that I've been like, did we steal this? I feel like I've heard this.
I mean, and
with the musical part of it too.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think like even sometimes you get just like kind of so into it and attached to it, you don't even like realize it until you start showing it to somebody else, and like, I don't know, it kind of sounds like this one or something like, and you're like, oh, you're right, like just like,
hey, great writers steal, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, heck, that got Tom Petty a Grammy. Sam Smith, they said that it sounded like a Tom Petty tune, and he ended up getting a co-write on the song and a Grammy out of it. So
that's
it
crazy.
works.
So and I think like Marvin Gaye got something out of when Pharrell cut that song and stuff, and like, so I don't know, it's crazy, like, but it's how the business works, so well, we got so we get a collection of songs together, and we officially, how do we come up with Goldberry then? How do we decide that's the name of the group?
It's from the book. It's from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
From the books. It's a really obscure character.
Okay.
That it's like only in the first book.
All right. Well, I never read any of them, so that's maybe that might have been a silly question. If
it's not a silly question. A lot of people want to know.
All right. If they're super fans of the series, or they might have known that. But
only the super.
She's a very minor character. Yeah, but she's the daughter of the river, and she's kind of magical, and she sings, and so
part of nature.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And it was just a unique enough word and hopefully Tolkien's family does not sue us. You know what I mean? We were just like, this is it.
Yeah.
So, and Erin's always loved Lord of the Rings. It's kind of
nice.
Her deal.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's huge. Like, I just, there's a lot of those, like, I just missed, just not, usually if it's something like super crazy popular like that, like it has like this big fan, but I'm just probably not into it. Like,
that's understandable.
Yeah, there's, I mean, Star Wars or there's just, there's a bunch of them I just like, I don't know, it's not my thing. So, but I mean, I'm not going to like make fun of anybody for what they love, it's like, but it's just not for me. So,
it's all
but
good.
I don't know, even now with music though, like I'm like, everybody's like, oh, you haven't heard this album or this band or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, but
that's me in music, and I need to work on that.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, have you heard Goldberry? Have you heard, it's like, but that's how I'm like, I have this such that's how I feel about my friends in St. Louis music though. I'm like, you need to hear this band. Like this is
awesome. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I feel like we have world class. I mean, we have world class music coming out of our city that nobody knows about.
Right.
So
right.
They tour. A bunch of these bands tour all over and they do well, but they come home and nobody even knows their name here. So it's like, it's weird.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So it's strange. But so Goldberry gets a couple of songs together. We hit the studio to cut this is a debut record, right? EP.
Yeah.
So
let's
give him. We've been talking enough, but let's give him a little glimpse of what you all been up to, and let's start with a live one we did. And one of my particular favorites off this upcoming EP called Liminal Space, right? Due out on the October 24th. And this is a song called Living Room Floor. And I particularly like, there's a line you say, like let's sit on the floor and talk like we used to, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, just like it's a simple enough line, obviously, but like it's pretty powerful. It paints that picture of like, you know, whether it's a couple or, you know, friends or whatever. But you think about those nights, like this is where my mind went, you know, hearing this, like those nights of like a sleepover or, you know, or whatever. And like, you know, this, because I remember I would just sit up with my friends and talk all night long and just like, and that kind of thing. And like, and then like, I don't know, that kind of all starts to slip away eventually. You know, it's like people start, you know, whatever, you get married, babies or whatever, and different things in life
Just
and stuff.
distracted and want to do their own thing.
Right. So you just like, but it's like, those are some of the best times, like just sitting there with no cares, no worries, just hanging out, and you can talk for hours about whatever.
Stay up till 4 a.m., make brownies.
Right. Yeah.
Do that.
So that's where that's what I was like, that's such a cool thing to think about like that.
Thanks.
So I don't know if that's exactly where what the story is, but that's where my mind went.
I think that's where our head was at for that.
I mean,
part.
that's definitely what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah.
For sure.
But anything else we need to add around the living room floor? Is this anything else you care to share about this song?
I think you said it all.
Oh, yeah.
You said it better than me. Because if we're just 1, 2, 3, and time washes over me, it knocks me down and I can't get up. It knocks me down. Why don't you talk to me? It's not how it's supposed to be. It knocks me down and I can't get out of here. It knocks me down. Can't you see what's happening? The world keeps spinning. I always thought that we would never stop being good friends. That isn't true. That isn't true. After this all ends, could we be close again? Well, I just don't know. I just don't know. Can't you see what's happening? The world keeps spinning. This can't be self-sustaining. No one's winning. I don't wanna be in a ghost town anymore. I don't wanna be in a ghost town anymore. I don't wanna be in a ghost town anymore. But we could just talk like we used to on the floor. 'Cause if we're just 1, 2, 3, and time washes over me, it knocks me down and I can't get up. It knocks me down. And if we're just 1, 2, 3, and time washes over me, it knocks me down and I can't get up. It knocks me down and I can't get up. It knocks me down and I can't get up. It knocks me down.
you know, I do enough of these. Like obviously, I love talking stories about songs, but sometimes I like you know, people to tell me the story exactly how it is and stuff, and then other times I like to just kind of go with what's in my brain and stuff too. So it's like,
I think there's not much of a story behind this one,
Right.
like there is in some of the other
Sure.
ones. Yeah, this was more of just a concept we were going for.
right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like with songwriting too, is like some of them, like, you know, it's fun to kind of imagine your own story to go with it and stuff
Totally.
too. Like,
Yeah, it can be applicable to
One of our
different
favorite
situations.
things about music, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Right. People can interpret these lyrics in various ways sometimes, and you know, whatever apply to their own story in life and stuff. And
Yeah.
so that's always the fun thing about music for sure. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah, obviously this is the live acoustic, just jamming here in the living room, and we on the record, you got a little bit more production to it. Not like super.
Yeah, it's still
you know,
pretty acoustic sounding.
Yeah. So, but you do add some. Is that
cello.
cello on there, right?
Yeah, Rania. Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And keys, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
So-
right. Yeah. Drums.
But-
no electric guitar on this one.
Yeah.
Our biggest regret.
Well, let's talk about going into taking these songs into the studio and meeting Chris and stuff. That so all this was recorded at Sawhorse Studios in St. Louis.
Yep.
Yeah.
And had you been over there before or known Chris or anything out
A friend of mine's friend is in a band called Tidal Volume, and they recorded at Sawhorse Studios, and we really liked the sound on their CD, so we just checked it out, emailed Jason, met up with him, and then he said, you guys should work with Chris. He'd be perfect for you guys.
And we sat down with Jason. We had looked into a lot of studios at this point, but we hadn't like sat down with anybody yet. And we both just like, we're both big with going with our guts. And as soon as we left, we were both like, we like this place.
Yeah.
This seems
We
right.
knew it was like
Yeah.
a really great fit for us.
Yeah.
It's such a cool vibe over there, and just comfortable as soon as you walk in the door.
Totally.
And it feels like a very homey
Very
kind of
homey.
place.
Yeah.
And of course, Jason and Chris are some of the coolest dudes. So it's like
For sure. Yeah.
it makes it easy to
Yeah.
be comfortable to work with them and stuff. And
Yeah. Chris was great to work with. We
yep.
It was really fun.
wouldn't have done it any
Working
other
with
way.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this and did he play on the record?
plays
too?
bass on it, yeah.
Yeah, he plays bass and tambourine on a song, actually.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his primary instrument. Tambourine.
But that's cool that that he's working the board, but also getting to play on the
Yeah.
record and stuff with you.
He was super invested from the beginning, which was great. Just at helping.
Just really
like,
refreshing to
Yeah.
have anybody else want to see us do well.
Yeah, like he was good at coming along and like seeing our vision and then helping us make that happen. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel there's a particular song or moment on the record that like he helped influence the most, or like change a
can name
particular?
several.
Yeah.
For I only recorded 3 of the songs, but for me it was Summer's Gone because
Yeah.
I went in there. I only had one like
Lead
lead
guitar.
line, and then he ended up. He's like, "No, you need to stay and like play the rhythm for this too." And so he was instructing me, and
That's true. That really changed the sound of that song.
and it completely changed the whole song.
Yeah.
That's so true.
He did a lot, I feel like, of artistic things on Stagnant too, just with effects and stuff. And
The vocal effects are really cool on that
Yeah,
song. That was
yeah.
his suggestion as well.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, let's talk about. You said "Summer's Gone" on that for your lead, right? And the rhythm on the guitar.
Yep.
Let's drop this one in. This is we wanted to share. I guess this is
Unreleased.
if you were listening to this when this set comes out.
yeah,
This is going to be the exclusive world premiere.
yeah.
Right here on Rock Paper Podcast until October 24th, when you can get it everywhere you get your digital music or buy the physical copy of it. But Summer's Gone is definitely kind of catches your attention compared to like the rest of the record. It's definitely a little bit more kind of a rock and roll to it, and like it's got a little bit more. The rest of the record is definitely kind of more of acoustic, almost vibe, really kind of chill. And this one kind of has a little bit more to it. And what would you like to add around Summer's Gone?
That is one of the ones we wrote right out of high school.
Yeah.
So it's one of the oldest ones we have on.
I think it is the oldest one
on all 6 songs.
Yeah. That one's just a lot of fun, I think, for us. That's one of the most fun to just play and get into because it's a lot more energetic.
It's a lot more energy.
Yeah, and it's a little like silly and like
lighthearted.
More lighthearted than a lot of our other songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything with lyrics wise how this kind of came to mind? How you started writing this one?
So we wrote this one the summer after high school, and I think Sarah and I were supposed to be roommates, and then it fell through.
Both gonna go to Webster, and then I did not go to Webster.
No, she did not. And so it was just kind of about like the start of the going to college and like life changing and being sad because we didn't get to see each other every day anymore.
One of the lines is like, people are taking our place or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like people are trying to take your place. So we're like, are you going to still be my friend, or are you going to just make new friends without me at your new fancy 4-year school?
Oh my gosh.
It's not really yet, but and also like the whole concept of the album is liminal space is like being in between two places. So you're not in high school anymore, but you're not even in college yet. So there's like all these transitions where you're not yet. So that's kind of too.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever watched Superbad? You ever watch that movie?
I have not seen.
I've heard of it.
It's a super silly comedy.
Yeah.
But there's also like a lot of heart to it, even as goofy as it is. But there's a story. The storyline is a very similar story. Two friends just great. They're in their senior year in the movie, and kind of they're talking about what's the next thing, going to college, and one wants to go to university, one's going to stay home, and kind of thing. And so there's so there's a lot of that. But anyway, that's where my mind went again. Just like you're telling that story, I'm like immediately thinking Superbad movie quotes now and
That's
stuff.
Awesome.
Anyway, you have to check that out sometime.
Yeah, we will.
It's a Judd Apatow. It's got Jonah Hill and
nice.
and Michael Cera is the lead, but it's got like Seth Rogen and is a cop in the movie and stuff, and so there's a lot of funny people involved in it.
That's
Fun.
cool.
Yep. So
Love to check it out.
Yep. So Liminal Space again, available October 24th. But the night before, we're going to be doing. You get to watch the whole show live, and this will be streamed exclusively on your YouTube and Facebook Live stuff. So, what's cool about these, and obviously, we'd probably be doing a big old show somewhere if we could, and have everybody there.
Totally.
But apparently there's a pandemic going on or something like that. And but it's fun with these, like especially if you know ahead of time and everything else, you can get it up on the big TV, and you can gather around the couch or whatever, and almost kind of feel like you're sort of there, So at least the best we can. So But I think I think these are fun. I mean, obviously, it's you want to be live and you want to be, packed in a room and having fun with all your friends. But these are still pretty cool to kind of at least get to hear some of the tunes and stuff, and kind of make kind of premiere some of these new ones and stuff. Are we going through like the whole EP that evening, or do we have some surprises and stuff involved too? And
there will be prizes.
Oh.
Maybe not surprises,
Yeah.
but there will be two T-shirts you could win.
All right.
If you literally for free you just comment below while the event is happening.
Yeah.
And a hard copy of the album.
And a hard copy. So we'll have 3 prizes, and we'll be interactive. We'll be going live before we stream it at 7:30.
Yeah.
So we'll go live at 7 p.m.
and talk to people,
hang
answer any
out.
questions. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess if you're not one of the 3 lucky winners, you can easily purchase a new Goldberry T-shirt and a copy of the record or EP from the website and stuff. We're going to be able to message through there, you said?
Yep.
And
You can message us on goldberryband.com
Or any of our social medias.
You can message us on just Facebook if you'd like.
Very nice. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I saw some of the unboxing on online stuff, so that's just always super exciting when you get see your name on a shirt or a CD and all.
Yeah, it is fun
when all that's coming to life, and you're like, this is real.
It's real
We
now.
did it. It's like, especially when you're sitting there at the time, just kind of writing checks and stuff or whatever, you're paying out a lot of money. You're like, man, it's like, but when you get that physical product, and then eventually, and it's like, man, this is so cool. Like, it's such a exciting moment.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we, get that and support this project. It's like I said, it's a really, really good stuff. I was really impressed. I really had no idea what to expect, like,
Yeah.
I get sent a lot of different music.
Yeah.
So, but it's always really nice when it's something that, you enjoy. So
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
so one of my other favorites we did live also is a song called Gilmore Pirates, which, kind of sounds like it would be some kind of pirate song or something.
Awesome. That's exactly the reaction I needed to hear.
It's like, but definitely not. It's not you don't. But it's still a fun song. But I really enjoyed this one, and it sounds great live. anything we need to say around this one, you think?
We could tell you anything you want to know
All right.
about this one.
Let's hear it.
Well, I started writing this song. Well, actually, I think Sarah and I started writing the chorus together.
We did, I think.
And then we were kind of stuck on the verses, and I came up with those. But the idea behind it was I was newly married, and my husband and I, for our honeymoon, we decided just to like take a month off work and road trip to California and back, but like not with a plan, like just kind of take our time.
Very
Like, stop
cool.
In
at
their
every
truck.
state. Yeah, and so it was just kind of about that summer and that adventure, and kind of also like we were trying to decide how to start our lives. So like the crisis of like when you're in your early 20s of being like, do I want to travel? Do I want to set down roots? Or, you know, and so, yeah,
Yeah.
kind of figuring that out.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that sounds awesome. I would love to go to Colorado. I still haven't been over that way, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
They
it was a
had
lot of
their
fun.
truck bed all like rigged with like lights and the mattress, and they could like sleep inside it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad kind of did something not really with like lights, but like he built these like I don't know, like
Lanterns or
bench to go over the wheel wells.
Oh, yeah.
And then put plywood over that, and then put all of our this is how we would go camping.
Yeah.
And he would have all like suitcases and stuff underneath that.
Cool.
And then had an air mattress on top of the
Yeah, that's what
and
we
then
did.
and he had a camper shell over the top of that.
they had the camper shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like it was pretty convenient to have your bed on wheels like that and
Yeah.
stuff. So
It was fun because we could like camp in some places and like save money and stuff, and then other places we'd stay at like a nice hotel and live like kings.
there
and
you go.
It's just kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah. That's so who runs the radio? Who's in charge of the music whenever?
Definitely her, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Was it 50-50?
It's more me, but it's a struggle because my husband really is passionate about music too. So it's we fight over that sometimes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you're obviously well aware of what you, but I'm just thinking newlyweds, a big road trip and like,
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
think for that road trip I was mostly in charge. Yeah. I was like, you plan the trip and
Yeah.
I will put together the
there
playlist.
you go. I love, like me and my wife, we just kind of did the same. Well, it wasn't our honeymoon, but we kind of called it our honeymoon because we did do we had like a nice night, but we never really got like the getaway thing part of it, the beach and whatever.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of money on the actual day, the service and everything then we had the wedding that we wanted, and
Yeah.
we just didn't have a lot of the funds to do the vacation part afterwards. So it took us a little while, 6 years, but we finally made it happen, and we ducked out of town and went to the beach and went down to South Carolina this summer.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
fun.
And so we did a little road trip and stopped in Gatlinburg
Yes.
for the night. And
My friend's there probably right now
Oh,
on
right.
her honeymoon right now.
very cool.
I think she's in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, we just stopped in, just crashed for the evening in a hotel and had dinner, and then got back on the road. And but it was, we loaded up the Spotify playlist with a bunch of our favorites, 90s and jams, and just like sang along at the top of our lungs. And so it's
That's awesome.
it's always a good time to kind of
Yeah.
get to hit the road with your friends like that, and
Absolutely.
or your significant other. So,
Yeah.
So, I wanted to ask a couple of questions, kind of get to know more about the three of you.
Yeah.
I've been having fun answering some of these silly questions, but speaking of 90s songs and stuff and all this, what's a song that always gets stuck in your head?
Oh.
What's the last one you all woke up singing like?
Okay, there is a YouTube video. This is regrettable to mention, but it's this comedian who's got a TED Talk. His name's James Veach.
Okay.
And he's got a whole YouTube video. So he sings, "Wash your hands, don't touch your face," and it gets stuck in my head every time. And then
That
I
gets
just have
stuck
to
in my
listen
head,
to
too.
it to make it go away.
Yeah.
It's very catchy.
Yeah.
It's not a popular one, not a '90s one either,
Yeah.
but it is stuck. It gets stuck in your head very easily. What about you guys?
Well, that's my problem is I work at a preschool, so it's always ridiculous preschool songs that I want to get out of my head. I can't even remember the last like real good song that was in my head. It's, all day, every day.
It like brings up a negative like memory. Like, I didn't think of any good ones either. Get out of there. The thing that immediately came to mind was in the movie Inside Out.
Okay.
The song they keep the triple dent gum. Where they keep sending it back up to her brain and it keeps
like
going
quick, pull it up.
But it goes through my head, even though that's the joke in the movie. Like,
Right.
that's exactly
what they're doing.
So
they do
good.
know what they're doing.
Yeah, no, in the 90s though, I mean,
Disney.
I was NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, all that.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I was into all of them. So
Backstreet's back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's probably the one that if that part exactly. Oh yeah.
I'm just a sucker for all that. So they're just like, just enough cheese, it's just like, it's corny, a lot of the stuff, a lot of them and stuff, but you can't help but to love them and sing along to these songs.
Yeah.
Like,
So catchy.
I'm also like big on like, Ace of Base and like just like that kind of like I don't know why, but it's like Swedish pop music is
That's hilarious.
catchy to me and stuff, and like so. There's another group called Roxette that like wasn't as huge as, but it was also in a similar vein of like pop music and stuff, and it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
It's like, but of course I also enjoy my Vanilla Ice and all that kind of stuff. So.
That's awesome.
But yeah, those are all. I listened to a ton of that stuff in like 90s on 9. But I think I don't know. Sometimes I get like weird things. Like so this has just happened literally this morning. I haven't heard the song in a while, but there's a line is a group called Decadent Nation out of Columbia, Missouri, and there's a song called Ganja Queen Mary that they have, and for whatever reason, a line, they have Babylonian horn sounds, and I don't know why, but like
That's the lyric?
yeah, that's a lyric in the song. And I woke up this morning like Babylonian horn sounds, and,
Oh my god.
I'm like, why is this on a loop in my head now? It's like just
that
Over
part.
and over.
just that one line over, and it's like
It's so funny how you can wake up and there's a song in your head
Right.
as you're waking up.
yeah, I'm like so
It's a wild experience.
Yeah, I'm just like I haven't. It's not like I just went to like
You didn't just listen to it.
right? And then I just wake up and that's a random song lyric on a loop, and just over and over and all morning. So
That's going to happen to me tomorrow now.
yeah,
Yeah.
You're gonna
That
be
exactly.
like, man,
Just
Shane,
that line.
now I got to go find out who Decadent Nation is. But yeah, anyway, it's crazy how all that works. But that movie is spot on with that jingle and stuff like that. That's definitely exactly how it is. But speaking of Pixar movies and that, so I recently watched Toy Story, and that's kind of what inspired this one.
First one?
Well, we watched all of them,
Okay.
all four. We're
Cool.
like,
I haven't seen the fourth one yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I need to.
it's
Bring
good.
the tissues.
Well, not as much as 3. 3 was
Three was
It's
rough.
Yeah.
yeah, that one, yeah, because I don't know. Obviously, I think we're all close enough where it's like we grew up.
Yeah,
Totally,
You were almost like you were Andy, kind of thing. You grew up at the same age, kind of with him,
were.
and so that's where that movie taps into that so well. 4 is not as sad, but still it's a lot of fun and
Cool.
And so
That sounds sweet.
but yeah, well, I was gonna tell you, last year for Halloween, I dressed as Forky from Toy Story 4.
Nice.
So you need to check that out just for Forky alone because he's hilarious.
I've seen him in the trailers and stuff.
So funny. And
I hear he's a big deal.
yeah. So it was a pretty big hit at the school.
Nice.
Working in elementary
That's-
school like that, and I come in with this giant Forky head that I handmade. Me and my wife
That's impressive.
custom made it. Yeah, so
Nice.
it was quite entertaining. So the question is, if you had your own pull string on your action figure, what would he say or she say or your action figure say?
I feel like I'd have to pick something some other character says and another thing that I
Another
like.
character.
What-
What's something you say all the time?
Yeah.
I feel like I say if I mess up, it's dang it. That's like my concept. Dang it.
That's your version of there's a snake in my boots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Well, that's what's fun. You can do it for yourself, but it also might be fun if you have one
Do it
for
for each other,
somebody
yeah.
else.
Oh, feel free to
That's
pick one for
good.
me, you guys. 'cause
You two are around each other, so much you
that's
would know
true.
Yeah.
We
better.
should be able to.
Yours would just be a really overly dramatic sigh.
Yes.
I have that.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
It's very loud.
I've explained before to other people, like, my coworkers are just like, oh no, we know you're okay. I'm like, I'm sorry I did that. They're like, we're used to it. We know. I'm like, so sorry. Yeah.
You got one? Anybody got one for Aaron?
I don't understand the concept of this question well enough to answer this for Aaron, but
What's like a typical Aaronism?
Yeah.
an action figure version of Aaron.
Or just like something she says.
Right.
What is something you say?
The first thought I had, and this is really sad, but is I don't know. I think it's because Sarah and I have been watching The Good Place, and Chidi's always like he can't decide anything, and I just relate to that so much. Yeah,
I'm impartial.
I'm partial. Yeah. Like,
Whatever you
know.
guys want.
Yeah.
I would have something if I had thought of this all day,
Yeah.
but on the spot, I'm missing it.
All right.
That's fine.
I have a friend Ryan's like started doing like an impression of me,
That's amazing.
and like it. I knew I say it a lot. Like obviously,
You hear yourself
Right.
saying things,
but you don't like realize until somebody points it out to you. Like oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And,
what
like,
is it?
And well, so it's I start every show with, "Hey everybody," and like, and so like he takes that and then he just exaggerates it to like, and so Ryan does it all the time. Like he'll send me like something on Messenger, like just a voicemail kind of
says,
thing, like, "Hey everybody," and he like just keeps like just gets.
We think that your intro sounds like our friend John, who does a radio show. John Simmons, shout
Yeah.
out. Yes, and we were like,
And which is
the
the only
radio
oth-
voice.
The only other thing that we've done kind of like this
The
was on
only
John
other thing we've
Simmons'
done,
show.
like-
But no, your intro is very similar to his, and we were talking about it because
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I have an answer to the question.
Okay.
We were just saying, "Hey guys" is the thing we put on every post.
Right.
And like every YouTuber says it. It's, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
And so that's what we said in our last.
And
that
I
would be
run
the
most of our
Goldberry
social
post.
media, so
All our
Yeah.
Goldberry
Not
posts.
an individual one. It would be our collective.
It'd be our collective
guys.
only me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we make you talk. Because
That's true.
Mine, I think, I might be partly to do with I listen to a lot of Howard Stern, and he does a hey now, and like it's like, and his came from making fun of or not making fun, but like it was inspired from Larry Sanders' show from on HBO years ago, and that's what. There was a moment in Larry Sanders is like a fake late night talk show
Okay.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this guy plays his like sidekick kind of character on the couch next to him there, and that's what he's like trying to come up with like a slogan, a phrase kind of thing. He's like, hey now, like and so that's kind of where Howard's comes out of that. So probably somewhere in that is where I started doing hey everybody and like and just I'm stuck like so I start like every show with it and everything.
It's
and
way
like,
better than hey guys.
Right.
So you're doing something
Right.
good here.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's just funny though. Like I said, it's when your friends point those out and you're like, oh yeah, I do that a lot. All right, how about this? When the Goldberry biopic comes out, who would you cast to play the movie version of you three?
Oh. Okay, so Sarah would be Allison Stoner.
Yes.
Because she's just
that is
been her
fair.
doppelganger for forever.
Not because she's an actress that we like.
Really know much about. Yeah, they just look alike.
She's in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, I don't know. But back when we were kids. I
Cheaper
don't know.
by the
Cheaper by the
Dozen.
Okay.
She's in a couple dance movies, one of the Step Up movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a big dancer, but
All right.
she's just a brunette that looks a lot like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
yes.
facial expressions.
We would pick Taylor Swift to play Erin because Erin has been told that she looks like Taylor Swift, mostly because of her bangs. Like, people just think bangs equals Taylor Swift.
People, I get a lot of bang comments.
Not as tall as her, but that's all right.
People will say Zooey Deschanel too, and I'm like, it's literally just the bang. She's a brunette.
She's a brunette.
She's been blonde.
So if you
that's true.
but
Yeah.
she's blonde now. Oh,
She's been blonde.
An elf.
Yeah.
Well, and she can sing, so.
I'd
can
take
sing.
it.
Yeah.
I would take Zooey Deschanel's voice in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, that fits more than Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Who can play
I don't
Amy?
feel like I look like anyone.
I it doesn't have to be look like. It could be.
I feel like I thought of someone that you looked like the other day.
Recently?
And now I can't remember. Yeah.
Who's blonde that acts?
Several. She could be. Yvonne Strahovski could play her.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So she's okay.
She's in our favorite show from the like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Chuck.
Yeah. Have you seen that one? She's like a secret
She's
agent.
like the.
Okay. But now she's in a lot of stuff.
She's
now.
in The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah,
she's not a very good character. She's very mean. I actually don't even watch the show. I just know.
Actor.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that though.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yvonne.
Yvonne's really cool, and she's Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Zoe can be friends, and I'll just be the odd one out. She's not been in a lot of movies lately, and she shaved her head like last year.
Oh,
Well,
interesting. But she's a good dancer.
It's time for a comeback.
She's a really good dancer, which is not me. That's okay though.
Let's see. What's your strangest fear?
Okay, so my strangest fear, I like to tell people about this, is that we as humans need blood to live. That's scary to me. That's actually horrifying.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, I can see I can watch Braveheart, no problem. Not even scared. But then if I think about how like I just need it to like be okay right now, that is scary. I don't know why. I'm terrified just thinking about it. And I've actually almost passed out several times just thinking about it.
All right. So you don't donate blood or anything?
No,
like
I could never. I think I would pass out before they even got there. I actually had a nightmare once that my husband was like, in my nightmare, I need you to give me blood or I'm going to die. And I was like, punch me in the face. Just punch me in the face. I can't be conscious for this. And he was like, and the nurses were like, no, but he needs this before he's going to die. And I was like, I can't do it. And then I woke up from being so scared.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
It's a weird fear. It makes no sense.
All right.
Strangest fear. I don't know. Do you have one?
I feel like my fears are very normal and irrational.
I know, yeah. Yeah, mine are like heights. Like
All right.
spiders.
Yeah. I don't. Mine are open heights, like specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like yeah, like I'm
Ladders.
fine in a roller coaster. I'm fine up in a building. I'm fine on a road. I already said that. In a plane, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I were to like just start climbing a ladder, I think like the world would start like spinning, and I would like fall and that'd be good.
Yeah, I'm fine on a plane, but I remember one time we went on a walk or camping with some friends, and we were following like one of those lanterns that float to look at, and we ended up on this really high bridge with not much of a ledge, and I just got dizzy, and I was like, I have to sit, and they were all like, what's wrong? It's like
I mean, I feel like also it's rational. I'm scared of like the ocean of like I would love going to it, but I don't want to get into it like far enough that I have to swim.
There are some parts of the ocean that are very deadly,
Like, you
so
don't
that
know
makes
what's
a
in
lot of
there.
sense.
I probably do have some irrational fears that I'm not thinking right now. Like my husband would probably be like, she's scared of this.
I think all of
and
mine
this.
like are just
Spiders.
survival. Like
Yeah.
You're scared of spiders. That's normal.
I am, but not as much anymore.
Okay.
After living in the apartment from hell, like all the spiders in it.
I still like, you always still think about like that something's going to like grab your feet coming up the stairs kind of thing. Or, that kind of thing, like coming up the basement steps or something like that. And you're like always like jump on that last one thinking it's So,
That's relatable.
That is.
But yeah, I don't know. Probably there's a crazy movie called, that I remember watching as a kid, and it probably has something to do with that. But that's where like a lot of these probably start, But like
I watched way too many of those movies as a kid, and I can testify that that's correct.
But there's a movie called People Under the Stairs, and it's
no,
and
what
so
a nightmare.
so that's probably where it kind of got going. But what about dream duet or collaboration?
Oh.
Anybody?
There's this really cool band that I like right now called Half Alive. I would do some sort of collaboration with them if that's like a dream.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're way too popular for them to know us. But it's like these 3 guys. They've kind of got a poppy sound. They have all these different sounds in their album too.
Right.
I don't know.
Someone that Sarah and I always would talk about is this Scottish folk singer, Rachel Sermani.
Yeah, she's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. She's just one of those people where you're just like, I just, if I could just get to know her,
we would be friends.
Yeah. Yeah. But she's someone that also like our musical styles align with. And
Definitely.
Yeah. It'd be cool to do something. Do you have anybody?
Well, the 3 of us all, there's a lot.
Yeah.
The 3 of us all like this other British band, the Staves.
Oh, yeah, the Staves.
Yeah, I literally was thinking that, but then I was like, they're just so far, like...
Yeah.
That's why it's a dream.
Yeah.
The first one I named was a dream.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yes, that would be...
The Staves would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I would just be staring at
They
them
have
with
very
my
pretty
mouth open.
harmonies. And yeah.
I'll have to check out. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them, but I'll have to check them out. That's kind of part of the fun too. Is always kind of maybe allow me to meet somebody and discover some new music and stuff too. So
Yeah.
I don't like necessarily comparing you to somebody else. Like I don't.
That's all right.
But when I did hear Gilmore Pirates, particularly that song, like Dixie Chicks kind of came to mind. Just,
Thanks. Yeah.
Like, especially hearing the vocal harmonies and different things, and have multiple vocals on the track, like,
Right.
and stuff. But like that song in particular, kind of gave me that vibe and that kind of.
Cool.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say you were country or anything, but that one, that one kind of.
It does have a feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if they were any bit of an influence or anything. If you ever
Not as much, but I definitely like their sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times when people tell us that we sound like someone, we don't know who they are, but we know who they are. So
Thank you. Yes, we've gotten a lot of you sound like, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
we'll have to look them up. But
Yeah.
we'll-
Yeah. I mean, like I said, obviously, a lot of the other tracks, but that one in particular, like, it just kind of gave me that vibe. So
That's cool.
let's talk about a track called "Stagnant," and this was kind of, I guess, the second single, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So that came out available everywhere, digitally music. You can find it everywhere now. And it was fun to hear the studio version, first, and like kind of getting an idea of what that sounds like, and I knew the song now, but then coming here and hearing you 3 playing like a more of a stripped down live version of it on the show, which was a lot of fun, and like get to kind of sing along with you a little bit in my own head. I didn't want to get you didn't need me featured vocals on here, but.
3, 4.
After all you
talking, but I am not moving. Cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving. And cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving. Cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving. Cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving. Cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving. Cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving. Cars on the street and people are talking, but I am not moving.
But this is a fun song.
Thank you.
Anything coming to mind around the story around Stagnant?
Yeah, so we were talking before you came because we were like, we need to know answers to things. Is just that this song's kind of about graduating from college and people asking you, what are you going to do? You know, like, where are you going to work? What are you going to do next? Are you going to go get your master's degree? Or and so how you can feel paralyzed by that and kind of feel like the imposter syndrome sort of thing.
Yeah.
This has the ghost town, right? That's the lyric in there.
No, that's the Living
yeah,
Floor.
that's Living
Oh, living.
I almost thought it did. But you know.
Cars on the street.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Well, that's why because I was wondering because like just kind of also like I don't know as you're describing that kind of that's what almost could that particular line could maybe fit, but like I just when you were talking about in that the lyric Ghost Town though from that living room floor like I was like wondering like or are you referring to the St. Louis or like the suburb you know or like how what or if there was a different ghost town and stuff I don't know what I was trying to
I guess that line's kind of inspired by like you think you're where you grew up like the person in the song from their perspective is like turned into a ghost town when all your friends like leave you and go to college or wherever.
Yeah.
I think I always thought of that line as like you feel like you're in the relationship by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, like you're doing it metaphorically. Yeah, like you're carrying all the weight of it.
Well, there's like part of that too. Like I you know, growing up, you always kind of feel like your hometown is like the worst place kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know, like you always have like you know stars in your eyes for like oh, I need to go here. I think things would be so much better. But like I don't know. The part of me was like I did that like obviously and but like as I get older and I you know deep dive into more of what's going on in St. Louis, like I realize how many amazing things are happening here.
That's for sure.
So it's cool to kind of change your perspective as you know, kind of open up your eyes and you see how much you have going on here and stuff.
There's a lot to be grateful for in the city. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's so again check out the live stream on October 23rd, YouTube and Facebook. Pick up a copy wherever you get your music. Liminal Space on October 23rd. Shirts, physical CDs, and all that fun stuff at goldberryband.com. You can find all this information and more on Facebook and Instagram and get plugged in with the group. As far as, I mean, obviously this is huge, you know, getting the EP out there, getting all these things in order. But what are you looking at next for the group? Like what? I mean, obviously we can't do shows right now. You know, very much shows right now. We can't really do any touring or anything like that. Or
yeah, we're hoping to release some singles in the a minimum the next couple years. I can't promise when we're going to put them out, but we're definitely going to drop some singles before we release our next project, and hopefully by then we can start playing some shows again.
Yeah,
at least outdoor shows in the near future. We haven't actually played anywhere yet
since the pandemic.
So we're looking forward to the day we get to do that again.
It kind of hit us at a weird time because we were kind of putting shows on hold from March to now because Sarah was supposed to be hiking the Appalachian Trail for 6 months.
Whoa.
Yeah. And so while we were going to be putting out the singles and the record and stuff, we were kind of taking a break from shows. But then, of course, the pandemic hit and everything
I came
kind
home
of changed.
and everything changed. So.
We came home, but then we couldn't play any more shows. So but we desperately miss playing live, and we thought that this would be a time where we'd be playing a lot and promoting the EP, but
so we're shifting gears.
Have you found, like, with all this going on, that you are been able, like, I mean, obviously been wrapping up this record and stuff, but like as far as new stuff, do you find yourself writing more because of this, or do you is it hard to be creative with all that, with the pandemic?
No, I think we'll get to be more in creative writing mode once the release is over. I think we've been pretty bogged down with just
for that and
practice and all the prep and all the fun stuff. Like being on this podcast is really awesome. Thank you. And
happy to help.
We have a lot of songs though. Like when we went in to record the EP, we had to really narrow it down and decide like which ones were best for us right now. But we have a lot that we want to record, and it's just about the time. And Well, very cool. So plenty more on the way. So if you like what you hear, be sure to get plugged in and keep an eye out for more Goldberry music coming soon, hopefully. So I think that's cool though, like the singles idea and stuff. I feel like, I mean, I love EPs, I love records, you know, like full length albums and whatever, but like it's all good as a fan. You're just happy to get something. I do feel like it's maybe today's, you know, it's just hard to get people to focus sometimes. I don't know. Obviously people talk about that a lot, but like singles are kind of a great way to stay current with your fan base, I think. Totally. Like, you know, just like I've had friends like do like a single a month and then like at the end of the year put out the record kind of thing, something along those lines. And, you know, so it's a good way to like keep providing fresh entertainment every month or whatever, you know, however.
Keep the momentum coming.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So instead of like, hey, here's 12 songs, you know, one day or whatever, and then you know, and you still promote it, but you know, it's like kind of stretch that out and stuff. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know, you know, I just follow along with some of it, but it's like such a weird time being in music, trying to, especially during the pandemic too.
Totally,
You know, trying to figure out, is this a good time to release music or now or later or whatever. So, so I don't know. But I think it's good. I think it's good just to put it out there, you know, get people to listen to it. It's like, I mean, that's all you can do. Like, we don't have anywhere else to go, really. So, so might as well listen to this album. So, but thank you all for doing this. This has been a ton of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed this evening and meeting all three of you. And
it was nice to meet you.
So, again, find all this at goldberryband.com. Check it out. All right. Thanks, girls.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.